Many Australians admired Hawke when he swore off alcohol for his time in office. Well, old Bob Hawke was and is a sipper. Good luck to him, and the Lord be good to him, God love him. But I said to him, and I said it frank, I said, Bob, if you want my input, I said, you'll knock off the grog, you go on the wagon. Well, he has more or less on and off, whereas I don't drink at all. I never drink, don't touch it, unless I'm thirsty. They admired him because he could have a good time without chemical support. Many also admired him for his honesty in admitting his extramarital indiscretions to a confessor, his probing and dispassionate biographer, and soon-to-be second wife, Blanche d'Appulgé.
It may be something of a summary, but your own words were that, in his own way, Bob remained faithful to Hazel. What did you mean by that?
Well, I mean that he's not a conventional man. That's a statement across the board. And within that context of not being conventional, he was very loving and he admires his wife a great deal and he supports her, and he would never say anything nasty about her.
Well, you'd obviously be less than honest if you didn't say that you got some sense of satisfaction out of power.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would share Henry Kissinger's observation that it is the ultimate aphrodisiac. I've never sort of...
It hasn't worked for you, has it?
Well, I obviously haven't had enough power. Yeah. Cut out those laughs.
By the end of the 80s, the strain was beginning to show. Poor old Hawkey boy, you know, there's an advertisement for what happens to charisma. You know? And he's no longer the Hawke, he looks like a poor little grey budgie, doesn't he? Molting at that. And it's not his fault, poor little bugger, is it? Really? It's just that when you get into that upper echelon of the political spectrum in Australia, you start learning what deep shit we're all in. Canberra was the world capital of stress and strain, and the breeding ground of a new disease, repetitive strain injury, caused by repeating things over and over and over again.
In the Attorney General's department in Canberra, the monuments to injured operators lie in the rows of empty desks.
It's a sad morning when a stricken public servant can no longer reach for his wang. I got RSI at the RSL, funnily enough, but then there was truck driver's bum. A lot of truck drivers had to wear their asses in a sling. Housemaid's knee, penis elbow, you name it. And there was another horrible thing. It was called vibratory white finger, which a lot of the blokes working the jackhammers used to get, you know, clenching their hands, the blood, cut off the blood supply, and their fingers were in snow white. Amazing. I copped that without even using a jackhammer. It happened this way. And one of the nude beaches which I'd created, I happened to have been lying in the blazing sun one day in the nutty with one of my Girl Fridays research assistants, and we were lying pretty close, just enjoying ourselves quietly as young people do. And I must have fallen asleep because I woke up at the end of the day. I was bright red as a lobster from head to foot. But funnily enough, my finger was completely white.